When you find this video right now, it's not just luck, it's a divine appointment. Think about the great American stories we all admire, from the courageous journeys of pioneers on the Oregon Trail to the dream-chasing spirit of Harlem Renaissance artists. Each one faced moments where fate and faith intertwined, shaping their destinies. This moment, right here, right now, is your own pivotal chapter. It's a reminder that life's greatest events don't happen by accident, they unfold exactly when they're supposed to. Whether you're seeking a breakthrough in your career, healing in your relationships, or clarity on your purpose, trust that something bigger is at work. The power of the right moment is a force that connects your story to something much greater than yourself. So lean in, stay open, because God's plan is unfolding, and you're right on time. You know, sometimes life feels like you're stuck in the mud. No matter how hard you try, everything seems frozen, like a still frame in a movie that won't move forward. Maybe your job feels like a dead end, your relationships aren't growing, or your dreams seem miles away, gathering dust. It's a place so quiet it almost screams, and the silence can be deafening. But here's the truth, that stillness isn't the end of your story. In fact, it's the quiet before the storm, a sacred pause where something incredible is being brewed behind the scenes. Think about the mighty rivers that carve through the American landscape, like the Mississippi or the Colorado. At times, they slow down, gather strength, and then surge forward with unstoppable force. Your life works in much the same way. Many Americans find comfort in stories of resilience, from the Dust Bowl survivors who faced barren lands but rebuilt their futures, to civil rights activists who patiently planted seeds of change long before the harvest. Their stories show us that waiting isn't wasted time, it's preparation. So if you're feeling stuck, don't mistake that feeling for failure or forgetfulness by the universe. Instead, see it as a signal, a divine nudge that God is silently working on your behalf. Your moment of breakthrough might not look like a flashy success just yet. It could be an inner shift, a quiet strengthening of your spirit, or a subtle redirection towards something better. During these times, hope becomes your lifeline. It's not a naive wish, but a fierce belief in a future you can't yet see. It's like the light at the end of a long tunnel, guiding you through darkness, reminding you to hold on just a little longer. In America, hope is woven into the fabric of our culture. It's the promise of a new day after a hard night, the belief that the next chapter can be better than the last. And right now, even if you don't see it, God's plan is unfolding through that stillness. So breathe deep. Lean into the quiet. Trust that the pause you're in is a sacred space, where hope is being cultivated, your strength is being built, and your path is being paved, ready for you to step into it when the time is right. Now, as you hold on to that hope, the next step is understanding how to recognize the signs of the greater plan unfolding in your life, because sometimes, the path isn't obvious. It's like being on a long road trip across the vast landscapes of America. Sometimes the destination feels miles away, and the map looks confusing. But there are signs along the way, mile markers, road signs, small towns that tell you you're on the right route. In your journey, those signs can come in many forms. Maybe it's a sudden opportunity that feels too good to be true, a job opening you hadn't considered but that excites you deeply. Or it could be a person entering your life at the exact time you need support, a mentor, or even just a friend who believes in you when you struggle to believe in yourself. Sometimes, it's a gut feeling, that inner voice telling you to keep moving forward even when the world seems to push back. In the United States, this is familiar territory. Many have followed that inner voice, from pioneers crossing the plains guided only by their instincts, to entrepreneurs betting on new ideas that others doubted. That sense of purpose, that spark inside you, is a beacon showing you the way. But how do you distinguish between your own wishes and the genuine nudges of a higher plan? This is where patience and reflection become your greatest allies. Take time to listen deeply to yourself. Journal your thoughts. Pray or meditate. Notice patterns, doors that keep opening or closing, and pay attention to moments when your heart feels unusually calm or energized. Here's an important truth: the plan that God has for you often involves stepping outside your comfort zone. It's rarely the easy path. Think about the brave Americans who fought for civil rights. They faced immense hardship, uncertainty, and danger, but their unwavering commitment to a higher cause changed the world. Similarly, your greater plan might call you to challenge your fears, to take risks, or to let go of old habits that no longer serve you. And remember, recognizing the plan isn't about perfection or having everything figured out. It's about faith and courage to keep moving, even when the path is unclear. Like the countless dreamers who traveled west seeking new beginnings, you are on a journey of discovery, and every step, even the ones that feel like stumbles, are part of the divine process shaping your destiny. The key is to stay alert and open. God communicates through subtle signs: a chance encounter, a repeated message in a song or a book, a sudden insight during a quiet moment. These are the milestones that mark your journey and remind you that you're not alone. So, as you move forward, embrace this process of discovery with curiosity and trust. Your purpose is not a distant dream but a reality slowly being unveiled. By tuning into the signs, trusting your intuition, and stepping boldly into the unknown, you align yourself with a plan that is bigger than any challenge, bigger than any fear. You are exactly where you need to be. The road ahead may have twists and turns, but every mile is part of the sacred journey God has prepared just for you. Now, as you step boldly into the unknown, it's inevitable that you will face challenges, because every great plan is tested by obstacles. But here's the truth that often goes unspoken: these challenges aren't roadblocks, they're the very stepping stones that prepare you for what's ahead. Think about the stories that have shaped America's history: the pioneers who crossed deserts and mountains, the settlers who endured harsh winters, the civil rights activists who faced hostility and rejection. None of them reached their goals without struggle. In fact, their greatest breakthroughs came after the most difficult trials. Your challenges are your training ground. They're like the weightlifting that builds muscle: the resistance you feel today is what strengthens you for tomorrow. Each setback, each moment of doubt, is an opportunity to build resilience, patience, and faith. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when life's storms hit hard. Maybe you're dealing with financial strain, health problems, broken relationships, or the crushing weight of disappointment. These trials can feel like a mountain you'll never summit. But remember, even the highest peaks have paths worn smooth by those who came before, and every climb is made one step at a time. God's plan often uses these tests to reveal your true strength, not the strength you think you have, but the deeper, hidden strength you didn't know existed inside you. The kind of strength that only comes from leaning into faith when everything else feels shaky. Look at the examples of American heroes and everyday people who have turned their hardest moments into triumphs. Frederick Douglass escaped slavery only to become a powerful voice for freedom. Harriet Tubman risked everything to lead others to safety. These weren't easy paths, they were filled with fear, pain, and uncertainty, but their courage turned personal trials into lasting legacies. So when you're in the middle of your own battles, try to see beyond the immediate pain. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How is this preparing me? What strength am I developing that will serve me on the journey ahead? Faith in the plan means trusting that your current struggles are part of something much bigger. It's about knowing that each challenge is refining your character, sharpening your resolve, and aligning you more closely with the purpose God has for you. Sometimes, the greatest breakthroughs come just after the hardest struggles, like the dawn that follows the darkest night. The key is to keep moving forward, even when you don't see the whole path. Your persistence is an act of faith, a declaration that you believe in the promise of what's coming. Remember, you are not alone in these trials. Many who walked before you faced their own storms and emerged stronger. Their stories are living proof that challenges are not the end of the journey, they are the bridge to a new beginning. So embrace the difficulty. Welcome the lessons. Know that God is using every obstacle to build something beautiful inside you, preparing you for the amazing plan He has designed. You are stronger than you realize, and every challenge you face is bringing you closer to the life you were meant to live. As you persist through challenges, one of the most profound tests you'll face is learning to trust the plan when you can't see the path, to hold on to faith even when the way forward is hidden in darkness. This kind of faith isn't easy, it's not just about believing in what's comfortable or visible. It's about believing when your vision is blurred, when every step feels like a leap into the unknown. Imagine the great explorers who sailed into uncharted waters, Columbus, Lewis, and Clark, with nothing but hope and conviction as their guides. They couldn't see the shores ahead, yet they trusted their mission, driven by a belief in the promise of discovery. Your journey is very much like theirs. You may not have a clear map, but that doesn't mean the destination isn't real or waiting for you. This invisible faith is what holds you steady when doubts creep in. When friends or circumstances try to shake your confidence, faith is the anchor that keeps your soul from drifting. It's a quiet strength, often invisible to others, but fiercely alive within you. In American culture, faith often goes hand in hand with perseverance, the grit to keep going, the courage to endure. From the story of Abraham Lincoln rising from humble beginnings to lead a nation, to the thousands who stood firm during the Great Depression, faith without visible proof has been a source of power and resilience. But trusting without seeing requires daily practice. It means waking up each morning and choosing to believe that your efforts are not in vain, that the doors you can't yet see will open in time. It's about releasing the need to control every outcome and surrendering to a higher wisdom, knowing that God's plan is unfolding even when it feels hidden. This kind of faith invites you into a partnership with the divine. You do your part by moving forward, by staying committed, and God does the part you cannot see, weaving together circumstances, people, and opportunities that will support your journey. It's important to remember that faith doesn't mean you won't feel fear or uncertainty. Those emotions are natural. Faith means acting in spite of those feelings, moving ahead when your heart trembles, choosing hope when your mind says no. Many who have walked this path before you have described faith as a leap, trust fall, into the arms of something greater. It's in that leap that transformation happens. It's the moment where doubt is replaced by courage, and uncertainty gives way to peace. So, hold on to your faith fiercely. Nurture it with prayer, meditation, or whatever spiritual practice resonates with you. Surround yourself with reminders of hope, stories, scriptures, music, or people who lift you up. When the road is dark and the path invisible, your faith will be the light that guides you forward. Remember, even when you can't see the whole staircase, God calls you to take the next step. Trust that every step you take in faith is bringing you closer to the plan He has designed specifically for you. As your faith grows stronger, one of the most incredible ways God communicates with you is through signs and synchronicities, subtle, often unexpected messages that confirm you're on the right path. These aren't random coincidences, they're gentle whispers from the universe, carefully placed like mile markers on your journey, guiding and reassuring you. Think about the stories that resonate across American culture, the miracles or unexpected moments that changed the course of history or personal lives. From soldiers in battle who found help just when all seemed lost, to artists who stumbled upon inspiration at the perfect moment, these experiences reveal a pattern of divine timing. Sometimes, a sign might come in the form of repeated numbers, like seeing 1111 on the clock, or the same number sequence appearing in unexpected places. Other times, it might be a song lyric that suddenly hits home, or a phrase in a book that speaks directly to your situation. Maybe it's a chance encounter with a stranger who offers exactly the advice or encouragement you needed to hear. These synchronicities act like a secret language between you and God, a way to say, yes, keep going. I am with you. They bring comfort during moments of doubt and clarity during times of confusion. They remind you that you are not walking alone. In a culture that values logic and evidence, it's easy to dismiss these signs as mere coincidence. But countless people across the United States, from everyday individuals to spiritual leaders, have shared stories of these meaningful moments that changed their perspective and deepened their faith. Recognizing these signs requires mindfulness, slowing down enough to notice the details around you, tuning into your intuition, and being open to messages in unexpected forms. It's about learning to listen not just with your ears, but with your heart. For example, imagine driving along a highway and hearing a song on the radio that perfectly matches your current thoughts or feelings. Or perhaps you repeatedly hear a word or phrase in conversation, books, or media, that resonates deeply. These are not just coincidences, they're confirmations, gentle nudges from God that you're aligned with the greater plan. Even the natural world can send messages, a sudden breeze at the right moment, the sighting of a particular bird, or the blooming of a flower at a time of new beginnings. Indigenous cultures across America have long recognized nature as a messenger of spirit, and these traditions remind us that the universe is alive with signs. Pay attention to how these signs make you feel. Do they bring peace? A sense of encouragement? Do they light up a spark of hope or clarity? Trust your emotional response, it's often the clearest indicator that you're receiving a message meant just for you. By learning to recognize and trust these signs, you build a stronger connection with the divine plan. They become anchors in your journey, small beacons that light your way when the path feels uncertain. So, cultivate awareness. Slow down. Be present. Open your heart to the subtle messages woven into your daily life. Each sign, no matter how small, is a reminder that God's hand is at work, guiding, protecting, and loving you through every step of your journey. As you become more attuned to the signs and messages guiding you, a critical step in fulfilling the greater plan God has for you is deep self-knowledge, understanding who you truly are beneath the layers of expectations, fears, and distractions. Without this foundation, it's easy to wander off course or chase dreams that aren't truly yours. Think of the great American innovators and leaders, people like Martin Luther King Jr., Eleanor Roosevelt, or Steve Jobs, whose profound impact began with a clear understanding of their own values, strengths, and purpose. They weren't just reacting to the world, they were rooted in a deep sense of self that gave their actions meaning and direction. In your own life, this process of self-discovery is just as important. It requires honest reflection and sometimes uncomfortable questions. What do I truly value? What brings me joy and fulfillment? Where do my natural talents lie? What fears or doubts hold me back? America is a land that celebrates individualism, but true individuality is more than just standing out, it's about standing in yourself, fully aware and authentic. This kind of self-awareness is the compass that keeps you aligned with God's plan. The journey inward can be challenging. It asks you to face your vulnerabilities and shadows, to confront limiting beliefs, and to forgive yourself for past mistakes. But it also reveals your unique gifts and the passions that fuel your soul. Many spiritual traditions emphasize this inner work as the path to freedom and purpose. When you know yourself deeply, you can discern which opportunities and relationships are truly aligned with your calling, and which are distractions. Practically, self-knowledge can be cultivated through practices like journaling, meditation, prayer, or seeking counsel from trusted mentors or spiritual guides. It involves listening closely to your inner voice, that still, small whisper that often gets drowned out by noise and expectations. As you build this self-awareness, you start to notice a shift, decisions become clearer, your confidence grows, and your resilience strengthens. You no longer need external validation to know your worth or direction because you're rooted in a truth that transcends circumstance. This alignment between your inner self and God's purpose creates a powerful synergy. It allows you to walk boldly in your path, making choices that reflect not just who you want to be, but who you were created to be. So, take time to dive deep. Explore your heart and mind without judgment. Embrace the process as a sacred part of your spiritual journey, one that prepares you to step fully into the plan God has designed. Remember, this journey of self-discovery is ongoing. Just as America's history is a story of growth and transformation, so too is your life, a dynamic unfolding of who you are meant to become. By truly knowing yourself, you lay the foundation for everything that's to come, ensuring that your purpose is not just a dream but a lived reality. Now that you have begun to truly understand who you are at your core, the next vital piece of this journey is embracing the power of community and connection. No one's path is meant to be walked alone. While your faith and self-knowledge fuel your individual journey, the people around you, your community, become a source of strength, wisdom, and encouragement that sustains you through the toughest and most triumphant moments. America's story is woven with countless examples of the transformative power of community. From the neighborhoods that stood together during the civil rights movement to the tight-knit support systems built in small towns across the country, history shows that connection creates resilience. It is in the bonds we form that we find hope renewed and courage rekindled. When you align with a community that shares your values, passions, or spiritual beliefs, you create a network of support that can lift you when you stumble and celebrate with you when you soar. This is not just about socializing or having people around, it's about authentic relationships where vulnerability is met with compassion, and where mutual growth happens. Think about how pivotal mentorship has been in American culture, young dreamers guided by seasoned trailblazers, entrepreneurs partnering to innovate, activists uniting for justice. These relationships are the soil where seeds of purpose take root and flourish. On a personal level, community provides accountability. It challenges you to stay committed to your path, to keep showing up even when motivation wanes. It offers perspectives you might not see on your own, wisdom that comes from others' experiences, and sometimes, simply a listening ear that validates your struggles and dreams. Yet, building or finding the right community requires openness and courage. It means being willing to share your true self, including your fears and doubts, which can be scary. But vulnerability is the gateway to deep connection. As the saying goes, it takes a village. Your journey is enriched and strengthened by those who walk alongside you. In today's fast-paced world, creating genuine connections can be challenging, but technology and social movements have opened new doors for community building, online groups, spiritual circles, local meetups, all places where your story can intersect with others who understand and uplift you. Spiritually, the Bible and many faith traditions emphasize the importance of fellowship, reminding us that we are stronger together. God's plan often unfolds not just through individual effort but through collective support and shared purpose. So seek out your community, whether it's family, friends, faith groups, or even new circles aligned with your evolving self. Invest time and energy in nurturing those relationships. Lean on them when your faith feels fragile and celebrate with them when blessings come. This connectedness will help you navigate the uncertainties and challenges, reminding you that you are part of something bigger, a tapestry of lives interwoven by faith, hope, and love. Your community becomes both a mirror reflecting your potential and a hand helping you rise higher. Together, you're not just surviving your journey, you're thriving in God's greater plan. As you stand now, strengthened by self-knowledge and uplifted by community, the final step in walking confidently in God's greater plan is embracing the power of gratitude and surrender, two forces that transform your perspective and open your heart to receive all that is meant for you. Gratitude is more than a polite thank you. It's a profound recognition that every moment, the joyful and the painful, the seen and the unseen, is part of a divine tapestry woven with intention and love. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from scarcity to abundance. You begin to see blessings hidden in plain sight, miracles in everyday moments. Throughout American history, gratitude has been a quiet but powerful force. Pilgrims giving thanks after their first harvest, families gathering around the Thanksgiving table, soldiers writing letters home filled with hope despite hardship, these expressions of gratitude have helped nurture resilience and faith in countless lives. But gratitude is not just for the good times. It's especially transformative when practiced during difficulty. Choosing to be thankful in the midst of struggle doesn't mean denying pain, it means acknowledging that even challenges carry gifts, lessons, growth, and unexpected blessings. Surrender, on the other hand, is the willingness to release control. It's the humble act of saying, I trust your timing, your plan, even when I don't understand it. This surrender is not passive resignation, but active trust, a courageous decision to let go of anxiety, fear, and the illusion that you must do everything alone. Many American stories highlight the strength found in surrender, veterans returning from war, activists persisting through setbacks, ordinary people who find peace by letting go of burdens too heavy to carry alone. Surrender opens the door to divine guidance and peace that surpasses understanding. When gratitude and surrender join together, they create a spiritual harmony that aligns you deeply with God's plan. Gratitude opens your heart to recognize blessings, and surrender frees your spirit to flow with the divine current rather than resisting it. Practically, cultivating gratitude and surrender can be done through daily rituals, journaling 3 things you're grateful for, offering prayers of thanks, practicing mindfulness to stay present, and consciously releasing worries to a higher power. This practice rewires your mindset, moving you away from frustration or despair and toward joy and peace. It allows you to celebrate progress, forgive setbacks, and embrace the unknown with hope. By embracing gratitude and surrender, you transform your entire journey. You stop fighting against the current and instead learn to ride its waves, trusting that every twist and turn is bringing you exactly where you need to be. So, as you move forward, hold gratitude and surrender as your closest companions. Let them remind you daily that you are deeply loved, your path is sacred, and God's plan for you is unfolding perfectly, in its own time, in its own way. You are not alone. You are guided, protected, and blessed beyond measure. Step boldly into the life waiting for you. The plan is greater than you can imagine, and it is already yours.